Kia ora koutou, this is Hannah Ediko Pihi for kiwirising2017. So today I just wanted to do a little bit of a grateful video, just to thank and acknowledge all the people that have helped us get to this point. So right now I'm on a beautiful beach in Dunedin. We've made it to Dunedin. It took us 9 days of walking. No breaks in between, so we're taking 2 days here in Dunedin, well deserved. But so we started off on the 1st of January down in Bluff. We were hosted there by Paula and Clint and their whānau. But prior to that, we hopped across the Fovo Strait to Stewart Island, and we set our kaupapa whilst doing the 3-day Rakiora track. After that, we stayed with friends of Pippi's, Mark and Kylie. Thank you both so much for having us. Our time on Stewart Island was wonderful. It really set our souls at peace and allowed us to breathe a little bit before starting this epic journey. So prior to getting onto this hikoi, I took a lot of time to get my head straight, because this is 6 months away from home. It's away from my garden, it's away from my family, and it's away from my my partner Nick and our fur babies. I'm a bit of a homebody, so being away from home is a big task for me. We are enjoying the journey though. There have been a number of challenges in terms of us getting together as our own little community, as we walk. It's been fascinating, interesting, uplifting and inspiring already, and it's only been 9 days. So we kicked off from Bluff, as I said, and thank you to Paula and Clint and their whānau for hosting us there. Then we moved on to Invercargill, where we stayed with Anna and Leo in their beautiful home. We had New Year's there, and that sort of prepped us for starting the walk officially on the 1st of January 2017. We visited, while we were in Invercargill, Jackie and her community garden on Lithgow Street. Wonderful. It's on an old plot. The house had burnt down. It's council owned, and so they've gotten in there and they're providing food for the community. So if you're in Invercargill and you need something to do, head down there and help out. From Invercargill we moved on to Dakar. I hope I said that right, D-A-C-R-E. We've had a bit of slack for saying it wrong. There is nothing. There's a town hall and there's a small engine workshop. The small engine workshop is run by John. We met him in 2013 when we were coming through on our first hikoi. We only stopped in to use the toilet, but he was a great guy. This time we sort of went to the house behind the workshop and asked John if he knew how we could use the town hall, or if we could camp behind the town hall. And he invited us into his home. He fed us, and we had brilliant conversations. He's had a really varied and interesting life as well, and so he shared some of that with us. And so his diving career and his work through diving that is directly pertaining to our environment and our freshwater health as well. From Dakar we went into Matoda, and at Matoda we couldn't find anywhere to stay, so we zoomed up to Gore Motor Camp, where we met LJ, the manager there. A man of many stories, wonderful stories, and hilarious. He's worked with a number of musicians around New Zealand. He was in Melbourne for a few years and played all around Melbourne. He plays the keyboard, so he had heaps of stories about that life as well. And now he's settled back down in Gore, where he is originally from, and managing the Gore Motor Camp there. When we told him our story and what we were doing, he was just, without us even asking, right, you girls are staying here for free. So yay and awesome. So we used Gore Motor Camp as our base for a couple of days. We were transported back to Matoda and then walked from Matoda to Atherton. Again, nothing very much in Atherton. It's a bit of a non-town now. So we went back to Gore Motor Camp, spent some more time with LJ and the people there. We also met while we were there a guy called Dennis. He's a barrister and he deals with international marine law. So again, the stories, invaluable. The information that he shared and his concerns about our environment and how the law is structured. And he's considering doing a paper which actually incorporates traditional law, L-O-R-E rather than L-A-W, into law, L-A-W. So that would be an amazing paper, and we wish him all the best on that journey for himself. From Arthurton we walked into Clinton. Again, there's not a lot there. Last time in 2013 when we walked into Clinton, we ended up having to stay at their local park, so by the playground and behind the local toilets. The toilets ways. But this time we were advised by the publican at the local pub that we might be able to stay at Wairuna Organics, which is just up the road. So he gave us the number for Sean. We contacted Sean and Sean says, sweet, come on up. He'll see us soon, and he did. So we had a place to camp, pitch our tents, a place to cook our kai, and we met like the wonderful woofers that were there at the time and listened to their stories as well. I was designated driver for the following day, so Maya, my niece and I, we helped out at Wairuna Organics, and for me that was a godsend. I miss my garden very much, so to get my hands into the soil, pulling weeds and freeing up areas for the plants that were already there, beautiful, just uplifting for me. So very thankful to Sean and Wairuna Organics. And if you are in Dunedin and you go to the markets, he's generally there with his produce, and he's been operating for about 20 years, so he sort of knows his stuff now. From Clinton we went into Balclutha, and again we stayed at Balclutha Motor Camp. A friend of Michaela's, Ruth, who works with Malcolm Trust, gets quite convoluted, but it's all interconnected, it's just wonderful. She had rung Balclutha Motor Camp and spoke to John, the owner-operator there, and told him our story, and he agreed to host us once again for free. So we're really fortunate and really grateful to all of these people who are giving of their time, their place, and just supporting us on this hikoi. So at Balclutha, Ruth had also organised an interview with Mary Jo from the Clutha Times. So she came down in the morning and we had like a tag team interview session with her. So Michaela, Pippi, Maya and I, we all sort of jumped in there at different times and gave our perspective, our own personal reasons for walking. So this hikoi is so diverse. We invite anybody to come and walk with us, because the central kaupapa is look for the positive, solution-orientated activities that are going on within New Zealand. But each of us individuals walk with our own kaupapa that sort of layers on top of the central kaupapa. It makes it rich and expansive. So we invite people to walk, and whatever your heart feels, whatever your passion, you're able to come with us and speak to people about what you believe. Balclutha, I also organised there's a helicopter. I also organised to meet up with Beatrice Pratt, and they have just started a community gardens in Balclutha. It's been operating for less than a year, but the community, the local businesses and the council have all jumped on board this idea and have built this garden that is phenomenal for like having been operating for a very short time, months in fact. So I'll put photos up about that too. And then Balclutha, we walked to Milton and we got to stay at Ruth's place. So she had organised Balclutha for us. Ruth and Scott really grateful for the place to stay, for the warmth of your fire, for our conversations as well about what we're all wanting to do with our lives, and in particular what you both, your dreams and desires are for your future. And also super grateful for your dogs too, Ned, Derek and Bert, beautiful dogs. So thank you, thank you. From Milton we went to Otakia. It's not a place anymore, it's Otakia Station Road, so we stopped off there. And Glenn Riley from the Sinclair Wetlands, he had contacted us earlier and said if you need a place to stay when you're in the area, come on by, there's a few beds, or if there's no beds available, because they do have volunteers in, then you're welcome to pitch your tent. So we did. We contacted him and there were beds available, so we had an amazing sleep, amazing night. The Sinclair Wetlands just gorgeous. The years of work that have gone into producing this environment where our natural flora and fauna can flourish. The wetlands in New Zealand have been depleted since settlement, more than 90%. They're hives of breeding and nurturing for many of our flora and fauna species. So the work that people do around the country to help re-establish these areas is so important. So we're really grateful not only for the roof over our heads and the beds, but also for the mahi that's gone into this amazing environment. Again, if you're in the area and you have time to volunteer, go there. You have a bed. You do bring your own kai, but you've got like amazing facilities there. They've got some movies there that you can watch, you know, in the evenings, or you can just have great conversations. We met Braxton there. He's been staying there for about 6 weeks, but he is hilarious, so funny, and for our tired bodies and our tired minds, crazy awesome to meet personalities that have the ability to make your whole body laugh. So thank you, Braxton. We needed you. And then from Sinclair Wetlands, we got dropped back off at the Otakia Station Road with our support vehicle. Thank you, Pippi, for the support vehicle. Yeah, so we walked from there to Dunedin, which is where you find me, right here in this beautiful environment. We're really grateful to be here. Yesterday, we've been here for a couple of days. Yesterday, Michaela had organised for us to meet up with Fiona, who is the manager of the youth development programs at Malcolm Trust. What they're doing for our youth, they're sort of focused 17 to 24-year-olds, but they do take younger. What they do for the kids is that they challenge them. They put them out in the world and give them activities. They say adventure-based activities, so in terms of walking the Kepler track, rock climbing, kayaking, getting them out volunteering. So they also volunteer at the Sinclair Wetlands and the Yellow Penguin Trust, amongst a number of other worthy charities and initiatives. They also work with a number of other entities within Dunedin, so the Dunedin City Council, the Dunedin Botanical Gardens, giving these guys work experience and getting them out of the narrow mindset that we can all get ourselves into. So it's not just youth that do this, it's all of us. We are so focused on what we're doing that we forget to look around, look up and look down at our environment around us and the opportunities that exist for all of us. So it was just amazing meeting Fiona and Garth. Thank you, Fiona, for the fruit bread and the amazing coffee. Really grateful. We also met up with Michaela's friend Aroha Novak. Michaela came with us and did the North Island of the 2013 Hikoi. Just love this girl. She has so much energy. Pippi calls her rainbow woman now. She is bright and vibrant, But after that walk, she says she was inspired to collaborate with a number of people and businesses to do murals, colourful murals in 2 locations in Dunedin City. So the first one was during Youth Week in 2014, and the theme for that one was Be the Change. And then she did another one in 2015 during Youth Week, and that one again is phenomenal. It speaks about the cogs through time, so going through the mechanics of life and the past, the now, and then looking into the future. The kids that jumped on board with us, just awesome, and all of the people that helped in those projects, wow. There's so much going on in our country, so privileged to be able to be on this hikoi, and so thankful for the people that are supporting us and giving us love on our Facebook page, and having you behind us fills us. And of course, for me, and for all of us actually, really special love and gratitude to our families, mum and dad, brothers, sisters, and my partner Nick, and our fur babies again, all the people that loved us and have supported us coming into this, because as I said, it is 6 months, but we're making the 6 months joyful and loving it. Come on the journey with us. If you want to find out where we're going to be, we have a website. It's www.kiwirising2017.weebly.com. I'll put it up because that's a bit convoluted. And also you can follow us on Facebook, Kiwi Rising. Alright, aroha nui everybody. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for following. And I'll do another update really soon. Thank you. Bye.